unlimited drinks. It's going to include probably like a spa credit, like an on-beach massage for 2 or something like that. It's going to include an elevated dining experience. But then I clicked on it and realized, nope. Let me show you exactly what is included in this $1,299. It is Sunday, September 10th, 2023. And on this week's edition of Sunday Sofa Time, we're talking about Royal Caribbean's private paradise, Labadee. As far as I know, Royal Caribbean was the first of the really major popular cruise lines to have a private island paradise, and that was Coco Cay or Coco Key, depending on how you want to say it. That still exists. It has changed so much over the years, but Coco Key is literally just a little island in the middle of the ocean, and the thing that makes it special is you can only visit this island and all the attractions on it if you are cruising with Royal Caribbean. Royal Caribbean also offers Labadee, which is what we're talking about today, and a difference between the two experiences is Labadee is part of Haiti, and it's just a private section of the coastline that is also only available for people cruising with Royal Caribbean. And I think you can't actually visit any other part of Haiti when you visit Labadee. And depending on who you ask, you probably shouldn't at the moment. And Labadee offers also a certain amount of attractions and experiences and things that you can add to your cruise vacation. And spoiler alert,
they ain't cheap.
That's what I want to talk about in this video today. I'm Morgan from the Very Unofficial Travel Guys. I travel all around the world to popular and not so popular tourist destinations to give you a very honest, unofficial look at what it's like to be there. Nobody pays me to go anywhere and say anything is good or bad. I go there and I see it and I tell it like it is. This is actually going to be my second visit to Labadee, so I kind of know what it's like. But what I want to show you today is something that you're not going to be able to see until you actually book your cruise, and that is, what are all the experiences offered and how much do they cost? If you go to the Royal Caribbean website before you book your cruise, it will show you some of the things that are offered, but you won't be able to see the prices. So that's what I'm happy to share with you today and talk about what we're going to do when we're there and what we are definitely not going to do when we're there, and show you some of the really ridiculous prices as far as I'm concerned. By the way, if you are a Sunday Sofa Time veteran and watch all the Sunday Sofa Times, first of all, thank you. I'm so glad you're here. You'll notice here, there's some like stains and marks on this part of the couch that appeared, I think, last week. And that's because this blue sofa, well, the red sofa too, they're both really old, but this is the sofa that we sit on mostly when we're watching television, which is right back there. And we thought, okay, well, maybe it will be a little more comfortable if we switch it around. So we turned it around, and this whole thing used to be covered by like the arm thing, but we took that off and put it on the other side now. And yeah, it's seen better days. It's probably time to invest in some new sofas soon. Tangent. All right, when you log in to the Royal Caribbean website, the first options that it shows you here are actually for the drink package, the dining package, and the surf and stream internet package. These are things that I know a lot of people consider, ask about, wonder if it's worth it. Internet, I think probably not so many people consider the dining package, but definitely the drink package. And it's saying here on this cruise, and just so you know, this can change on any cruise. These are the specific prices for the cruise that I will be on the Independence of the Seas in October of this year. Wait, November. And it's offering here the drink package for $77.99 per guest per day, that's a lot of money. There's some misleading text here that says buy one, get 50% off, but it's also saying that the price that you see here is already with that discount, so whatever. And I would say the only person that this is right for, or the only people that this is right for, are the kind of people who drink several like colas or sodas during the day, and several, I'm talking like 4 or 5 alcoholic beverages every day of the cruise, including the day that you board the cruise ship and the day on Labadee. I like to enjoy a glass of wine or two and perhaps a cocktail or a cold beer while lounging at the pool, but this is definitely not a good value for me. I will not get my value for money from this package, so I won't be booking it. And if we scroll down a little bit and choose just the excursions or the activities offered on Labadee, we come to this page and you can see the thing that shows up at the top left is also something that I am so excited to do again. It is the Dragon's Breath Flightline, Zipline, call it what you want, baby. Any blockheads out there? This is a huge, spectacular zipline that literally starts up on a cliff and goes over a bay in the ocean and ends someplace way far away. I'm assuming it is one of the craziest, tallest, fastest, longest ziplines in the world. I can't imagine that there are many that are more spectacular than this. And even though it costs like $94 per person, I am still not regretting paying that money for it just because it is so special. That being said, I mean, to compare it to something else, you can go to a Six Flags park. That's a huge chain of amusement parks in the United States that have some of the tallest and fastest roller coasters in the world. And you can pay $95 to go to Six Flags, and then you can ride all the attractions all day long, over and over, as many times as you can, you know? And this is $93.99 or $94 for one smaller zip line and then the great big zip line, and that's it. And as you can see here, there are many things offered on Labadee, and it seems to me like almost everything you want to do there costs extra. As far as I can tell from just sort of scrolling through here, and I'm not going to talk about each and every experience, but I'm going to let you look at them while I'm talking about what I'm talking about. It seems like if you want to go to the beach and lay a towel down and then chill with your towel on the sand, that is included in the price. Also, a barbecue lunch is included in the price. There's a couple different places you can go that are all serving the same barbecue style meal. And other than that, that's about it. You'll see if you want to lay on one of the beach beds or even on the beach loungers, that's gonna cost you extra. If you want 2 beach loungers, you're gonna have to pay $74.99. And that just seems kind of exorbitant and crazy to me. I mean, are we gonna have to soon start paying to have a lounger at the pool on the ship? I don't understand why that doesn't cost money, but when you go to the private island, which is in a way sort of an extension of the ship, why do the loungers cost more there? And we're not talking about like a $10 deposit or, you know, service fee or something. We're talking about $74.99. That's, sorry, why? Another thing I can recommend if you are an adrenaline junkie or have adrenaline junkies in your family or travel group is the Dragon's Tail coaster. This is one of these sort of mix of a roller coaster, bobsled, alpine slide kind of experience. You're sitting in this little sled and there is a lever between your knees that you can push forward and pull back to control the speed. And this is so much fun. And I was a little bit disappointed to see that the all-day access passes that only cost $31.99, they're already sold out. And a one ride pass costs, I think, like $22. Yeah, $21.99 for one go on this thing. And it's fun, but
I ain't paying $22 for it.
I want to say that on my last visit to Labadee, you could even buy, I think it was called an adrenaline pass or something like that. And that included the zip line and the coaster. I don't know if it was like all day for the coaster or if there was like a time limit for the coaster. I don't know. If the all day passes for the coaster show up again as available, I'm definitely going to grab them, but I'm not going to pay $21.99 to ride it just once. There are other things available like a singular water slide. There's also one of these blow up aqua parks floating out for, you know, smaller kids or I would say younger people who like to climb and jump, jet ski tours, a speedboat and snorkel excursion. There's many different options here, and I want to show you some things that I just think are ridiculously expensive right after this commercial break. Did you get one? What was it about? Write it in the comments below. Scrolling back up to the top, you can see here there is something called the Barefoot Beach Over the Water Cabana. This is an experience or addition that you can book to your day on Labadee that costs $1,299 per package. Excuse me? That's more than the price of the cruise. And when I saw that, I was thinking, okay, this is gonna include unlimited drinks. It's gonna include probably like a spa credit, like an on-beach massage for 2 or something like that. It's gonna include an elevated dining experience. But then I clicked on it and realized, nope. Let me show you exactly what is included in this $1,299. I can't show you more of what the actual cabana looks like because there is no artwork of it. I guess you're just supposed to sort of imagine what it looks like before you slap down $1,300 for it. It says here, the upscale sea view cabanas nestled on Barefoot Beach with private water access are a great place to relax in seclusion while remaining among the action at Barefoot Beach. Your full day, well, that's also misleading. It says full day rental. And for me, a full day is from like 9 o'clock in the morning until 9 o'clock at night. Anyways, your full day rental includes luxury resort style lounge chairs for you to stretch out, a ceiling fan that draws in the gentle breeze, floating beach mats, a sumptuous lunch at a private barbecue facility, bottles of water, and a dedicated cabana attendant. That's what you get. And I'm assuming that this is the same barbecue food that's served at all of the other barbecue places. It's just served in a smaller venue for the people in the cabanas. You can see no massage, no spa credit, no cocktails, no beer or drinks included, only water. What you're getting is basically like a patio for $1,299. I'm sure that some of you out there have booked this before, and as always, I'm not like budget shaming anybody. I don't want to make it seem like I think people are crazy for paying this. If you have that kind of vacation budget and this is something that interests you, then I think you should definitely do it. I just know that's way over what I would be able or willing to pay for something like this. And I definitely don't feel like what is included is worth that price. What do you out there think of this? Let me know in the comments. I'd like to know, well, specifically, I'd like to know if you have done this and if you thought it was worth it. And yeah, altogether, let me know if this is something that when you see it, you think,
yeah, maybe we should do that on our next cruise.
You can see there is a slightly less expensive. There's a slightly less expensive, I was gonna say more affordable, but please, let's just call it less expensive. Option, it's called a beach cabana over the water at Nelly's Beach. So it's a different location on this part of the coastline. This is only $799 per package, and it includes even less. So it says the upscale sea view cabanas nestled on the hillside of Nelly's Beach with private water access are a great place to relax. That's all the same. Says fully furnished with luxury resort style lounge chairs and a ceiling fan. Your rental includes 2 floating beach mats and the great service of a personal cabana attendant. Please note the pricing is per cabana, not person. Oh, I see. So what you don't even get with this one is the smaller buffet service. For this one, you have to go to the same buffets as all the rest of the common folk on the cruise, and you're still paying $799 for it. Like I said, if you have that kind of vacation budget and you're willing to spend that much for it, go for it. I don't, and I definitely won't. And if you're gonna be on this cruise, and if you have booked one of these, please let me know. I would love to just come by for a couple minutes and check it out. So I'm pretty sure that all that we are gonna do while visiting Labadee is the Dragon's Breath, but when I say that's all we're gonna do, that is gonna be an absolute amazing highlight that I'm so looking forward to. When I did it last time, I thought this is like a once in a lifetime thing, and I'm so excited to be able to do it again, and also with my sister. I know I've said that already, but
I'm just really excited excited.
As always, let me know what you think of all of this in the comments. And speaking of comments, now will come the time on Sunday Sofa Time where I comment on your comments live on air. In last week's Sunday Sofa Time, I talked about another cruise I have planned coming up that I want to showcase for you. That is going to be with the Celebrity Equinox in October, and this is visiting Bimini and Grand Cayman. And the main thing I asked you all about is what do you do when you're there, because these are popular cruise ports that I haven't been to yet. And I got so many really great suggestions, so much great information. Also, if you have a cruise coming up that's going to Cozumel, Grand Cayman, or Bimini, check out last week's Sunday Sofa Time and read through the comments, because yeah, just really great information here. The first comment I want to read is from Jennifer Fuchs. Jennifer writes, Grand Cayman is lovely, not the typical Caribbean port. The vendors don't trap you. They have an actual store. Not sure if recent weather has affected the sea life, but snorkeling and Stingray City are fun. A lot of people have been mentioning snorkeling on Grand Cayman. That might be something that we do. And I was really happy to read here that the vendors don't trap you, that they have an actual store that you can like go into and peruse if you wish. That's something that I find kind of uncomfortable and uninviting in a lot of cruise ports, is when you leave the ship that there's so many people standing around like trying to get you to come to their store or get you to go with them in their taxi or on their tour. I don't really like that. So it's nice to know that it's a little bit different on Grand Cayman. Next comment is from Tina Quinn. Tina writes, the best restaurant we have found in Cozumel is Pancho's Backyard. And I have to tell you, so many people wrote that Pancho's Backyard is the best restaurant. This very well could be where we end up. Tina writes, it's downtown, a short taxi ride from the cruise port. They are tourist friendly and have authentic Mexican food. We've been there many times and have loved it so much. My husband and I highly recommend it. We will also be in Cozumel the same week you are, but on the Radiance of the Seas, well, maybe we'll meet up at Pancho's. Final comment is from Free Willy. They write, in Bimini, go to the private beach club that Virgin Voyages owns, as it is excellent with great food. Since Bimini only lets one ship in port at a time, I'm sure it will be open. And this is something that I'm very interested in seeing, not only because it sounds really cool, but it will also give more information to people maybe interested in visiting Bimini with a Virgin Voyages cruise. Usually these private island getaways like Labadee and Coco are only available if you book a cruise with that cruise line. And Virgin Voyages private island getaway is on Bimini, but when there's no Virgin ship in port, other people are allowed to go there for a price, which seems like a great opportunity to me. So that's probably going to be the focus of what we do on Bimini. But another thing I'd really like to do, and I'm gonna go try to find this comment here, is from M. Stern. They write, not much to do there, but the water is beautiful to snorkel and you can rent a golf cart to explore this tiny island. That sounds like a lot of fun to me too, to drive around in a golf cart or maybe rent some scooters for the day. That's probably what we're gonna end up doing, is somehow rent some kind of transportation to drive around the island and maybe end the afternoon at this beach club from Virgin Voyages on Bimini. I think that sounds really attractive. All right, everybody, please press that thumbs up before you continue with your day here on this Sunday or whatever day it is you're watching this. Don't forget to check out Getting Stitches on a Cruise Ship if you're interested in some fun reading. And I hope to see you back here soon on the Very Unofficial Travel Guides. Bye-bye.